Hi everyone, this is Jeanette with Jandapanda Treasures, and I'm going to start this video with this beautiful glass seed bead. Looks like pearlized beads. This handbag. I did test it with my phone to see if it fit. No, a smartphone will not fit into this. It just doesn't have a wide enough opening. But what we're gonna do this morning, before I've got all these jewelry pieces here. You know, I've got tons of jewelry to show. I've got a couple of little projects. On this one, I'm gonna take apart the handle. This is the worst part of it. Otherwise, it's in really good shape. I don't see anything missing. You can see where there is some separation, but that's nothing missing. When you're looking for vintage bags, you know, you want to make sure that there isn't anything missing or loose threads. For instance, this one has a little bit of a loose thread right there, but it is tied off. So I might just tuck that in with a toothpick. You also want to look for extensive wear on the edges. I don't see any wear. And, you know, making sure that this area right here isn't, you know, this is a stress point. So you don't want, because that's where it will open, is right there on the hinges. There is a little tiny bit of fraying right here because it's hitting metal. On this side, not so much. This is labeled on the inside, hand beaded in Belgium. There is a little bit of a stain here and a little bit of a stain there. I don't know if you can see that. I might take a wet wipe and just wipe that down. And there's a little bit of a stain here. This doesn't show very much wear at all. It has clear beads. It has kind of a champagne colored bead right there and these little milk glass beads. And this beautiful pattern. And then the bottom does not show any staining or wear at all. So this probably never hit the ground. Not that you would on something like this. It's so, you know. Yeah, this is a fashion accessory. The other thing you want to make sure is, you know, it closes and it opens. It closes with relative ease. You want it to stay secure so it doesn't flop open. The other thing is check for odors and any damage on the inside. This is in really good condition. And it's been stored flat. So what I would do is, if I had this bag, is I would probably put some paper in there just to keep this from making more of a stress point right here. And then storage is important, because if it's not stored properly, this is gonna happen. So what I'm planning on doing in this video, and you can fast forward if you wanna see the jewelry part, that's fine. I'm gonna take this apart because this is what I'm gonna put on it. And what I will also do is I will put this in a baggie and put it in the purse so that it has the original hardware. But I thought this kind of detracted from the purse. So, and this is something you can do at home, relatively easy. So if you have a collection and you want to do some sort of changes or repairs. Now I learned this from Tiny Deer Vintage, Deb. Anyway, when you open up a jump ring, open it side to side so that you're not putting stress on the ring so you want to go side to side, not opening it this way, because then there's stress on it. So let's see if we can take this off. All right. And there we go. So, yeah, when this is stored, you also want to put it in a dust cover. It does need air, but you put it in something plastic, it's going to create heat, and that can degrade the purse. So this is an attempt to salvage some history, and a lot of times you see these bags and they are so deteriorated, or they have visible repairs, that, yeah, unless it's a Chanel bag or something that can be refurbished, this is about the minimum you want to do, is just do a cleanup and, just keep it safe, keep it secure, keep it, in a good environment. Like a wicker or a cloth basket in your closet on a shelf. All right, so this is the original, or what I think might be the original. Maybe that's been replaced in the past. But I'm gonna put that in a plastic baggie with no writing on it, because I do not want any of this to get onto the satin. So get a bag, put the hardware in, just in case it is original. I like to keep the pieces and parts, but there's no way that I would use this bag with this handle or this strap. So what I did is I found this necklace. It's just gold tone, but it's got a nice, smooth, flexible chain, and it's got some weight to it. So this should handle, the stress of carrying around a bag. So I thought, instead of taking this off, let's see if this works on here, and then it can be detached. Yes. So now I need to find another one and a jump ring to put here. So let's see how nice that looks. I think it's a way better addition to this purse. So the other issue is finding something that's similar in size. That looks pretty close. Similar in size to this lobster claw right there. Is that similar? That looks pretty close. This also needs a jump ring. This is a quick, that's a pretty small jump ring. So let's see if I can find a smallish one. A bag of tricks. It's kind of the wrong color. I'm not sure I like the color much. Because I didn't want to take because this can be made into a necklace. So if you take this off, you can just link the two lobster claws together, and you have a necklace, an Italy necklace. So let's find a jump ring. That's pretty small. Yeah, this is about the right size. I don't think that you're going to see them closer together. That's still smaller. Let's find a smaller one. Anyway, so this is just a little something you can do that, you know, can jazz up a vintage purse and make it, you know, more your style. See, that's too big. I think I need, now let's try this one. This is super small. I'll just get the smallest ones I can find, and then we'll have to do. Oh, this might work. Let's use this one. Because basically all I need to do is attach this into this chain to this part with the little end there. Okay. What I also would recommend is if you had a better hardware, maybe, because these little rings are going to get some stress, but if it's put together properly, it should be fine. And if you don't put a whole lot of stuff in your purse that's heavy, and you wouldn't anyway, because this is kind of a, you know, something that you don't want to, like, okay, so I see what's going on here. Yeah. I really don't want to, I need to open up a little bit more. And I just told you not to do this, and here I am doing it. But I need those two ends to match up, and then I can twist it. So let's do, come on, left hand. So here we go. And you can use a different, you know, any, you know, necklace. This is probably 16 inches, might be 18, I don't know. It's longer than the one that was originally on it. So we do that. And we do this. And we put it back together. There we go. All right, now let's see what we got going on here. Make sure that this will fit in here. See how fast that was? If you have the proper materials, you can make something really nice, or actually something that you can actually use. So there we go. A detachable strap. And being that this is a little bit longer, you put this over your shoulder to, you know, secure your purse a little bit better under your arm. And this will be getting packed with paper. And I do have a temporary situation here. This is cellophane, and I'm just going to put it in here and leave it open. I just don't want it to get dirty. And I think this is about 6 inches by 5 inches, you know, just a cute little clutchy kind of shoulder-ish handbag. So look at that. And actually what I also might do is either wrap this up in paper, this chain, or, you know, I don't know. We'll see. Just if you purchase something like this, when you get it home, just take it out of the cellophane, and yeah, I'm gonna leave it open. Just keep the airflow, but I don't want any extra heat in here, especially in the summer months. So it's best to put this in some sort of a, you know, cloth bag, dust bag or something. Keep the dust off it, keep the dirt off of it, and keep it, you know, out of the area of where it's got high humidity, that kind of thing. So this bag should last another lifetime. Yeah, I'm thinking 50s or 60s, just based on the satin lining. But yeah, check for odors and dirt and tears and before you purchase something anyway. All right, so I need to clean up all of these guys, and then I have another project I'm looking at. hopefully that will go. Well, I can just show you what I intend to do. And we can go from there. So I have this necklace right here. I don't know how old it is. It's milk glass, but it's got like this dark gunmetal. So I'm thinking this is more of a late period. I haven't done a Google lens. It does have this kind of a hook on it. Shepherd's hook. I don't know if you can see that. The background on this is rather dark, so I think I'm going to get a different background here. So this is a project that I'm probably going to do today or at some point. So let me know if it's a good idea or not. Or would you do something different? All right, so this one. This looks like it's like a butterfly right there, shaped like a butterfly. But you can also see that it is missing one of the cabochon style stones. The prongs are all there, so that's good. And then it does have, you know, I could take that out and replace it. And then I also have this. This is a damaged piece. It is missing a stone right there. But it also has other issues. You can't tell until you go like this. That's been detached from the bracelet right there, where this is all intact. So I'm going to use this as a, I don't know, a donor piece. And then I was comparing these stones, and I thought, I wonder if when I take this stone out, if I can put one of these in. And then that would just be like a sweet little finish to the end there. So I think I'm going to keep this bracelet as a donor and use these. This is so nicely made too. There's no snagging or anything. Poor thing. It has like multiple prongs. Yeah, truly a nice vintage piece, unmarked. If this was marked, then I don't know if I could even repair it. But yeah, that's really pretty. But again, this is something beyond my means right there to repair that, because you actually have to have, oh, see, this one's broken too. Do you think? I don't think that was an intention. But it should be connected there. Oh, soldered. Okay, the solder broke. I can tell. Anyway, so that's my next project. I won't do it here because I want to show you some jewelry pieces. But this is really cute, and it's worth salvaging, so that's the way I'm going to do it. See if I can do it. I've never replaced a prong set stone before, but it doesn't look like it requires a brain surgeon. So that should be my confidence builder there. Okay, so I have this gorgeous piece right there. I'm going to turn the light on. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so this, I think you can see that. It's beautiful AB brooch. And do I have my tape measure here? It's probably about an 1.5 inches, maybe more. Oh, I think I see my tape measure. Hang on. Okay. So, yeah, it's 2 inches. I was almost right, or sort of right. But on this one, you want to look for, you know, making sure all these little prong set ends. I'll get you closer. There's the little rhinestones there. So all of those, not only do they have to all be there, but, you know, none of these stones can't be missing or this end broken off or replaced or anything like that. It does show wear on the back, but no marks. And it does have that classic, you know, pin back, and then, you know, the piece where these stones are wired onto. So this is totally wired and then attached, and by prongs. So the bottom piece has prongs. I don't know if I can show you. There we go. So there's some prongs right there. So that's gorgeous. Yeah, vintage. I'm thinking 60s, you know, because of the burst and then the ends, you know, space age kind of stuff. Let's put that there. Then I got these series of rings. This is a 9.5. These are cocktail. I didn't see any marks. Some of them tested positive for stone. So that's a 9.5. Take it out of the package and put it there. 9.5. And I did wash these. I mean, I did a sonic on these. This one I love. I just think it's so pretty. And it does fit this finger over here. It's a heart-shaped gold tone. Need to get that ring sized. 8 3/4. I'll put them away as I need room. This is just glass, 6.5. This looks so much better since it's had a sonic clean. Little bitty stone there. Not too small, not too big. Gold tone. This is silver tone, gold tone, gold tone. More rings. These are both size 8s. On this one, I did a Google Lens, and it came back to, like, you know, a ring, a multi-$1,000 ring. And I'm going, oh my gosh, I think I need to test this. That stone in there looks cloudy. It probably needs to be cleaned a little bit more. It is not, oh, this one's marked L something M, and it did come back, even with that brand, those initials. But it's not anything. It's got some wear back here. If it was 24 karat gold with diamonds, did not test diamonds, tested more like, what was it, quartz? Where did I put that? Yeah, it went up a little bit. It could be quartz or a tourmaline or some sort of stone. But it does still need, look at how deep inside that is. That's going to need some, I want to invest in some sort of jewelry steam cleaner just to, you know, get in there and, you know, get rid of that cloudiness. But these, you know, channel set stones here, cute. That's an 8. And this one, there is a mark in there. I thought it was a, you know, it's so hard to see, and it could be a swan. This might be a Swarovski. I don't know. You can screenshot anything. I don't care. I did do one of those. I did do a screenshot on this. And again, it came up, you know, multi-$1,000, because Google Lens can't determine if that's an emerald and diamonds, and if that's, you know, gold. But I don't think so. Not from where I got them. Okay. Another costume piece. This shows a lot of wear. See, some of these I probably won't bring. The only reason why I'm letting you see this now is because of the size of the ring. Maybe it works for you. 7 3/4. It's a big stone too. And Yeah, that stone is 3/4 of an inch, probably by 1/2 inch. Around that. 7 3/4. I wanted to leave them out, but I didn't, so I'll just start putting them back in. You got that one, right? Kind of a sea green, sea blue, sea blue. I'll put these back in here. I feel loose. I feel some loose. No. So I got them all pre-sized. All right. Any more rings? Yes. There's this one. These guys. This one. And this one. I think that's the rings. This one's 5 3/4. Very pretty. There is a mark, but I think it says PD. Excuse me. For Premier, like Premier Designs, maybe? I don't know. Just looks like an engagement ring, so, and it's, you know, costume. And this is something like if you wanted to wear it on vacation, if you're going to be doing any kind of scuba diving or whatever, and you don't want to lose your valuable engagement ring, this is something that I would recommend that you do. These, blue topaz. This came up as topaz, but I'm not sure. I'm not positive. Anyway, and that's just all it says. Oh, is this one that's China? Yes, it says China. 7 3/4. On the face of it, you know, it's these larger ones, it's kind of like nice to know if your fingers are going to get smashed. It's about 1 inch curved on the face of it. And this one is green glass. It almost looks like a man's ring to me, just by the nature of the, but a woman can wear that, I'm sure. And the last ring that I have, and I don't even know if I'm going to bring these on Sunday, but they're available if you want to ask for them. Oh, this one I showed you. This one. This is 18 karat gold electroplate. Look at that massive, beautiful piece of glass. And that's what it says on the inside. So I just wrote it out on here. Six and a half. Barely fits me. All right, so I think that's it on the rings. Just leave that in a pile there. I have to seal them up. All right, this is really cool. These are probably 50s, vintage 50s or 60s, just by the nature of the artwork. Now, this one's stuck in here. What's going on? How did this happen? Okay, so. There we go. So these are copper with the glass enamel right there. And here's one more. So there's 3 of them. They're about 3/4 of an inch, maybe 1 inch. They're small, but it's just a classic example of, yeah, they're 1 inch. This one might be a little bit longer. Just a really good example of a vintage art form. This is silk knotted freshwater pearl. Uh, 9-inch, so that's 18 inches total. Back it out a little bit so you can kind of see. It is gray on gray, but you can still see it. Kind of a peacock pearl. And this one is black glass, and I looked to see if this has ever been, is that missing a stone? If it's ever been like redone. There's no stones missing here. I don't, on the rondelles, I don't see any stones missing. It's threaded with a black thread, like a double. And then I looked over here to see if it's ever been restrung. I can usually tell if it's been a modern restring, and I don't see that. Because those look like vintage attachments there. Drop on this one is 7, so it's 14 inches. I'm going to undo it and measure it. I think that's the best way. $15 inches on this one. Okay, so I'm going to show you something that happened. Well, it didn't happen. I got some jewelry in a lot, and this one had like these little dark spots in there, and I could still see some. And I did a sonic clean on this and soaked it in vinegar and water, and it really lightened up. This actually is marked Hong Kong right here. And it is adjustable. So this one can be as small as a 6 and as large as a 6 3/4. And I think it's 6 3/4 because this particular one you would probably want to have on a little bit tighter than a bangle or a clamper, and then you would put it on. This one would fit me snugly as it should be. It should fit like a belt, right? And this one would probably go to the larger. Yeah, I would be able to use this one right here, the longest one. So yeah, it would fit like a belt. Need some flattening, but yeah, I did clean it. It probably could use another go around with the vinegar because that is coming off. It was quite a bit darker. Again, storage issues. Keep your jewelry out of moisture areas, moisture prone areas. Okay, so this one is a choker. And it is kind of a stainless steel, no marks on this one. This one is adjustable, and of course you'd put the buckle in the front of your neck. So this one would be at its smallest 14.5 inches. Then there's 14 3/4, and then 15 1/4 on this one. So I thought this was cool. Don't see too many of these. Because usually I don't know, maybe some people do, but that's how it would buckle. It's got a double loop there. Come on, get in there. There we go. Now this is the sad story. This is another thing of condition issues. When I got this, I didn't pay for it separately. It came in a lot. There was some green stuff on the edge of one of these, and I think it's on the reverse side. And then I noticed it had a lot of those dark spots on it. And it had some green right here. So the metal or the finish right here is degrading, so this was pretty green. Not a pretty green, but this was very green right here. But then now there's metal loss, so that's where the verdigris is going to attack. This also had severe brown spots on it. I couldn't get it all out. So this is going to be going into a craft lot. But by what I mean about condition issues, right where it's brown, I mean, I would have worked a little harder on it, but right where it's brown, all the mesh is gone. So these are like holes. So yeah, condition, keep your jewelry, and especially the good pieces, keep them in a safe place. Safe from moisture. I don't know if this is sterling. It might be. I haven't tested it. This is a really cool pendant. This might be a jadeite, nephrite, type of piece. So that would be cool. I haven't tested this either for sterling. It looks super tarnished. And I don't see there is a mark. Woohoo! Right on his little fin. I need super strong stuff here. KB, I don't know. Oh, it says STER. So mama and her baby, STER on it. KBA, so I'll test it anyway, but a little sterling mama and her baby dolphin. Porpoise, whatever you want to call it. 1928. You can tell by the swirl pattern on the back. I love this chain. I like what they do with their chains and how they, incorporate the chains, and all of the stones are there. There's a little, everything's there, intact, beautiful condition. I love this chain. Anything you can do to make yourself stand out or be a little different. There's the hang tag right there. Just beautiful. And I also have this 1928, the classic rose pattern. But this looks like it's on either a stone or shell. I think it's stone. It's cold. But yeah, there you go. And then of course you've got the swirlies on the back. Right there. There's nothing wrong with this one. So a couple of 1928 pieces. I don't normally seek those out, but it happened to be in this particular lot. Just a few more to go. This is looks like an old restring. Is there marks on this too? No, I don't see any. No, these are glass and crystal. Let's get a measurement. But yeah, you can, I don't know if that's because the string has stretched, but I do like a looser, strung necklace as opposed to a tightly strung one. Because tightly strung ones have a tendency to break under pressure if they're too tight. 15 inches. These are probably, well, they're crystal at least. And they're pretty dense. They feel dense. But yeah, this is, she's got some weight. This, I think, was once a rosary. I don't know, would it be considered, somebody may have made this into a necklace. So let's get a length on this. Total length, I might even add a jump ring to it, or a couple, I don't know, 15.5. So yeah, this is a choker. So this would fit around your neck. Because, you know, I got lots of, it should have a jump ring on the end at least to connect it here, but you can connect it anywhere you want on there just to make it fit better on you. So glass rosary bead with a crucifix on it. Just a few more things and I'll show you my craft bag. This is Bow Jewels. And it's got like a little rivet there. And it's got a glass cabochon. Appears to be glued in. That's like a faux prong set. But classic, you know, 60s metal finish on there. Oops. Oh, Roman. These are Roman earrings. Okay, I cleaned these, and they are so beautiful after I got all the dirt off of them. Roman pierced. And this one actually has a Monet closure, but it's marked Roman. And this one here has a Roman. This is marked Roman. Is that Goobers? Yeah. I did put it in the Sonic a couple of times. But it's Roman. This says Roman. So, you know, I'll try and remember to replace these. But I think that, you know, as it comes. But I think it should have a better back on it. And I do have this style back. Doesn't say Roman, but, you know. So there's that. Okay, so these are my goodies. I may or may not bring. This is just my haul from over the weekend. And I love the purse. I like how it turned out with the necklace. Oh no, what did I do? You guys get to see me make a mistake. Where are those earrings? Roman. Here they are. There's one. Don't want to lose them. There's the other, all the way over there. I need to keep them together. This is how we lose things. And I'll, you know, repackage these. These don't stay this way. I don't keep them like this. I definitely try not to jam all my jewelry together because that's how they get damaged. But I do need to keep them together because of this particular video. In case somebody has a question, you can always ask me. You can email me, and then this guy. You can always email me if you have any questions. If you're interested in any of those cocktail rings, let me know. I don't think I'll bring them. And of course, I did, I'm going to see if I can repair that butterfly necklace. And of course, here is the star of the show, this beautiful purse. So next segment on this video, I will be going through this junk pile, and I'm not going to go into detail. So, and it's all going to be donated. But if somebody would like this stuff and can get to me quick enough, I'll just sell you the whole lot. But otherwise, it's going to be donated. So you saw that already. It's mostly poof. These, I was disappointed. There's a lot of wear on these. and a little bit of green, and they do say Trifari. But there's where I can see, you know, the gold tone worn off. So that I'm calling it a craft bag. If you want this, it's jewelry as is. And I'll figure out a price. It'd be really cheap. Okay, so we also have this. This doesn't even feel like stone. This feels like some sort of weird composite. That is so weird. And it actually almost feels like wood. And that's a pretty bead. I mean, this could be recreated into something. And I'm sure this came from another bracelet. These are kind of, I don't know, slide in and slide out or something. How does that open? Let's try it. Aha. So that's a good piece of hardware there. It's not marked. And these are all stone beads and pearls. So this right here, I mean, you could take this chunky thing off. And actually, that is the bracelet. I am tempted to take that off, because that's a very pretty bracelet underneath, and those might be sterling beads in there. And then I don't know what this jazz is right here. Might be left over from an earring or earrings. I don't know, but that's going in this bag. There's no marks on it. I don't know. This is just a vintage costume. It might be, I don't think it's, you think it's, no, maybe it's missing some of the pearls. I don't know. I don't think you could jam a pearl in there. Maybe there, but that's in there. It's got a chain, nice long chain. No maker's mark. A watch. This is a Timex watch. This is a non-working watch. This actually, and it's water resistant. You know, it might need a battery, but I don't have, you know, by the time I'm done with the battery, putting one in, it needs something like this. I would probably want a jeweler or somebody to use their equipment to do that. Cufflinks, stone cufflinks. Those are in there. A lot of people, they like to, you know, remove the cufflink part and then put on a put on a magnet. But, yeah, just, I don't know what kind of stone that is. I didn't bother to test it. These are acrylic. Silk knotted acrylic. It might be a practice piece for silk knotting, but you know, this also has some degradation. Degradation? Yeah, it's degraded on the beads. Just some other random bracelets. No marks, stainless. This is mother of pearl or abalone, just a bangle. And this says, forever we will be true. Okay, so yeah, live forever, love forever, I don't know. This is probably the makings of I would say that's an anklet, but what do I know? And then this guy is going in there. So these are going to be donated this week. If you know, Jandapanda at Comcast.net, if you are interested in this grouping. But, all right, that's it. Thanks for watching.